Hi, Ben. We're going to be looking at Chart 5 today, Rhythm Chart 5, titled Time Signatures. I'd like to take a look beginning at line 1. And notice that our time signature here is 4/4 time. So there's nothing new right there. We know how to do this. So we have a rest on count 4 in the first measure. We have a dotted half note in the second measure. So we remember that that's going to get 3 beats. And notice that we have a whole note in measure 3. And there's a little half note right there in measure 4, sandwiched between 2 quarter notes. Let's count line 1 together. Would you sit tall in your chair and tap your foot with me? Down, up, ready, and count. 1, 2, 3. 1, 4, 1, 1, 2, 4. Then we're going to scroll down and go to the next line we're going to look at is starting at measure 13. And right away we notice that there's a change here. So we are now in 3/4 time. This is the first time that we have counted in 3/4 time. So you will remember that the top number in the time signature tells us how many beats there are in a measure. So when we're in 3/4 time, there are 3 beats in every measure. And the quarter note is getting 1 beat, and we know that by the 4 on the bottom. So what we're going to do is count to 3 in every measure, and when we cross the bar line, we're going to start over again with count 1. So we will never say 4 when we are counting in 3. All right, let's begin. Down, up, ready, and count. 1, 1, stop. Now in measure 15, this is some weirdness right here that we need to talk about, because this, as you well know, is a whole rest. And we know that a whole rest gets 4 beats. Well, how can I have 4 beats in a time signature where there's only 3 beats and I can't say 4? That's a valid question. Publishers will sometimes use this, the whole rest, to indicate that we are going to rest for the entire measure or the whole measure. So in this case, we are resting for 3 beats, even though this is a whole rest. So we're still going to say our 3 counts of silence, and you're going to be just fine with that if we don't say 4. Let's go back to the beginning of the line and do this again. So we're in 3/4 time. Down, up, ready, and count. 1, 1, 1, 2, 3. Now let's take a look at starting at measure 25. This is also a little different. You'll notice that we have in the time signature at the beginning of measure 25 a C. We have learned that this C is an abbreviation for common time, and the most common time signature is 4/4. So we are counting in 4 beats per measure. We're going to do that for 2 measures, measure 25 and 26, and then in measure 27, they're going to change that on us, and we're going to be counting in 3. Now, it is very, very common with modern composers for them to change the time signature in the middle of the music. Some composers like to change the time signature every measure very frequently. So this is something we need to be comfortable with, changing the number of beats as we progress through time. So count with me. Here we go. Starting at the beginning. Down, up, ready, and begin. 1, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 1, 2, 3. So feel free to stop this video and go back and do that again as many times as necessary until you feel comfortable counting in different time signatures. Thanks for joining us today.